What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you're, doing good in life and just progressing in every single way, taking care of yourself. But I wanted to talk about how a lot of people are choosing this life, right? You're choosing a life that you don't want to live, but yet you still live it, right? Most of us, I would even say most of us are aware. I feel like it takes a very it's a skill to be aware, right? From what I realized in life, I feel like a lot of people are unaware of their habits, their routines, and just what they do in their daily life. I feel like if they became a spectator of their own life, they'd be surprised of how much their life is not really, doing them a service, right? I feel like most people are just going through the flow and letting life take its course, right? And that's where you don't want to end up like that. You don't want to end up where life is just going by, time is just feeling so fast, and you feel like you haven't done anything in the past couple of years, right? And the reasons for that is because you chose that life. You're choosing to not be self-aware. You're choosing to stay the same. You're choosing to be depressed, insecure, um, not be the best version of yourself, right? All these things is a choice. And that's the beautiful thing about life, right? Is that we can get up every day and have a choice to make. We're blessed enough to, wake up and experience life every single day. And I feel like we're not appreciated with that. We don't really appreciate that enough. And we should, like I said, appreciate that more. Don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? And a choice is all we need in life. That's all we need. Just give yourself a choice to make your life better. That's all you need to do. I promise you. Giving yourself a choice to be a better man, to be a better woman, right? Be a better dad, be a better wife, be a better mom, right? Be a better brother, sister, whatever the case may be, cousin, uncle, auntie, whatever the case may be, giving yourself a chance to do that will change your life. The smallest things you guys think that is not that important is always the most important, right? Me personally, everything you do is important. Everything you do has to be with intention. You can't just do things without no intention. You have to do things with intention, right? But a lot of people choose to be a drug addict. They choose to be a murderer. They choose to hate their job and do nothing about it. They choose to be broke for the rest of their life. And they know they want more for themselves, but they keep going in the cycle of complaining, complaining, complaining. How long are you gonna complain for? How long are you gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, I want to be rich, but I feel like I'm not capable of it. Let me tell you guys something, right? I was like back in my old job. I remember this guy. Like he's a good guy, right? Good guy, but I feel like the mentality's lacking, right? And I think it's crazy how a lot of people have the same mentality, right? So I'm gonna give you guys two examples, right? So one of the guys, right, he was telling me that how like he would love to be rich, but like he's at the point where it's like the only way for him to be rich is to win the lottery. The lottery, and I'm like, wait, what? Mind you, the lottery is like a 1% chance. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's like, why are we leaving life up to chance? I don't want to leave my life up to chance, bro. I want my life to be guaranteed based off my actions and how I perceive myself to this world, right? I put myself in positions to be lucky. I create that opportunity for myself. So the fact that he's thinking that like he's gonna just magically just win the lottery one day and gonna just win all this money is crazy to me, because it's like he's saying he basically gave up on trying. You know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna if I win the lottery, I win the lottery. I don't want to. I'm just gonna keep clocking into work. That's literally what he said verbatim. And I think that's really sad, bro. I think that is sad, 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 sad. And people need to do better, bro. You need to tell yourself in the mirror that I'm gonna do what it takes to better me. Me. That's it. I'm not gonna better nobody else but me, because if I can't better me, I can't help nobody else. And that's the mentality you guys need in this world. This world is gonna beat you down every single day. It's gonna find a way to make you feel depressed, insecure, self-belief, you probably would even like believe in yourself at certain points in your life. But you have to always give yourself a chance to fight back. That's all it is. Give yourself an opportunity. Create that chance for yourself. Create that opportunity. And I remember this other guy, right? The second example. He was always telling people about crypto and all these things for like what, back in 2015, 2014, whatever the case may be, back at my old job. He was telling everybody, all the co-workers and even the supervisors, right? And he himself hasn't made any progress. So he's been saying the same thing all the way up to 2026 and hasn't done anything to change it. He said he was going to be a millionaire in 5 years, right, from now. And well, he said that last year or whatever the case may be, but he said that, right? But the craziest part is that he was dealing with an incident in his apartment building where a lady was kind of causing him to go to jail and in and out of jail, getting arrested, and he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay and try to fight back and go through this issue. And everyone's telling him, why don't you just find a new place, right? And he would always complain to me that, why does bad things always come to him? Why does everything always come to him? You know why? Because you're allowing it to. You're choosing to deal with this, right? If something is going on in your life, right, that's the easiest way for it to not affect you mentally and even affect what you got going on is to remove yourself from the situation. When you know something is going to come to you and you're just sitting there not doing nothing, that means you're choosing to allow this negativity to affect you, right? You're allowing everything around you to surface into your life, to go deep internally inside you, and you're gonna feel it mentally. You're not gonna be the same. You're gonna keep feeling it and feeling it every day. You're gonna be like, damn, like I feel like the world is against me. That's literally what he said. He felt that the world was against him because he felt like everyone was trying to get him. Everyone's out to get him. And the world was trying to shut him down or bring him down. But see, that's the thing. The world doesn't do that. You do. The world is just the world, right? Mother Nature is just Mother Nature. Mother Nature is going to do what Mother Nature does because that's what it has to do for this planet to sustain itself, right? The outside world has nothing to do with your world. You see what I'm saying? You're following me? This world is separate from your world. So whatever is going around in this realm of things is your fault because you're allowing things, right? If you know that you're not a toxic person and this person that you're talking to is toxic, why are you still engaging with them? Because you're allowing yourself to let toxicity into your life. So you can't even get mad if anything bad happens because you knew, if you were self-aware. But if you were self-aware and you knew this person was going to bring toxicity in your life, why did you speak to them? Why did you continue to engage in them? Why are you complaining when something goes wrong when you knew that you shouldn't have talked to this person? See, I feel like a lot of people is not ready for the life that they want because they don't have the skill sets and they don't have the attributes that they need to build within themselves to prepare them for that life that they want. Because if you're still choosing to allow certain things in your life and allowing people to play with you and just going in life with no passion, no vision, no direction, then how do you expect yourself to even get to that point where you're living that lifestyle? How do you, and I'm not even talking about materialistic. I'm not talking about none of that bullshit. I'm talking about a lifestyle that's meant for you, whatever that is, whatever freedom looks like for you, right? How do you expect yourself to get to that point? How? You can't. You're not ready. And it's okay. I'm still in the process of developing myself too. No one's gonna get there like this. It's not some quick fix. It takes time, right? But see, that's the thing though, like you're playing with your time. Because if you're not consistently building yourself and trying to find ways to improve yourself, then you're wasting your time. Because I feel like as humans, we have to innovate. We have not innovate in terms of building something, but innovate that mind, innovate your body, creates be better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like staying the same is just such a boring life. Like who wants to look the same forever? Who wants to just be the same forever? Like you want to always find ways to implement some new a new you, basically. But it all comes down to you choosing that life, though. You gotta want to do it. You have to have it in you. You can't, no one can really shove the gun down your throat, right? No one can just shove it down your throat. Pause. Like, it's impossible. It's impossible. You got to just want it yourself. So if you're wondering why your life is still the way it is, it's because you haven't got up and made that change for it to happen. So don't be surprised from 5 years, a year from now, why you're still in the same boat. Don't be surprised. Because you know deep down you haven't made any single change in your life for your life to actually change drastically. You know. Don't bullshit yourself. You know. You know you haven't done anything. So from today on, start making changes so you can be prepared for the life that you want. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. If you want to be better, you got to do better. And once you do better, you're going to be better. So, and listen, this is quote that I had for this year, right? The quote, see, life gets hard, but only when you stay the same person. That was last year's quote. This is this year's quote. Life is better because I'm a different person now.